start with the recording also, so that people who are going to miss, or if you want to do, once again revision, you can always go back to the recording part. All right. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't pay attention. So let us start with this chapter, cubes. Now, if you see, this is very interesting chapter, and it becomes very difficult also sometimes, for students, because they don't understand how to solve this question. All right, I have a very simple question for you. Let us assume I have a cube, there's a cube, there with me. So let us assume this is a cube what I have. You have to just excuse my drawing. I'm not that good with the drawing. Okay. So let us assume this is a cube what we have. And I want to get 64 small cubes from this bigger cube what I have. I want 64 small cubes. All right. Question is, uh, what are the number of cuts which we should make to get this 64 small cubes? Can you just give a try? Let me see. Just give a try, and then we'll work it with this. My question is very simple. We have a bigger cube with us. We are going to cut this big cube, and then we are going to get 64 small cubes. All right. So question is, how many cuts you should make to get the 64 small cubes from this bigger cube?
8 by 8.
Uh,
So 16.
16 cuts. All right,
14.
16 cuts.
I think
Any
it's
other answer?
14.
You are saying 8, 8 and 8.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
14.
Anyone else who has other answer?
14 cuts.
Yes,
Like
Vashishtha,
7
be
by
a bit
7,
louder,
14
Vashisht.
cuts.
Sir, I told 8 and 8, sir.
8 and 8. All right.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
7 and 7.
Anyone else?
So by 16, I meant like 8 and 8.
Okay. Anyone else who has got answer for this? I believe all of you have understood the question. Am I right? So we have cube with us, and we want to get 64 small cube from this bigger cube. This is a cube with us, what we have. And we are looking for 64 small cube from this bigger cube. My question was, how many cuts you should make to get 64 small cube from a bigger cube? Yes, that was a question.
So
Now,
9 and
yeah, tell me.
9 and 9.
Okay. Okay, Amit, tell me what is the logic which you have for this 9 and 9, that you are going to make 9 cuts and 9 cuts, to get a cube. Any logic which you have, or you people just you said the answer?
No, so like when we make 2 cuts, we'll get like 1 cube thing.
It
So
doesn't
I
work that doesn't work that way. All right. First important information what you people should understand is, when you're talking about cube, this is L, this is B, and this is H. All of you agree? So basically L, B, and H. Any doubt with this? Yes. So this L,
No, sir.
B, and H, the first information what you need to have is L is equivalent to B is equivalent to H. Then only it is a cube. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
The moment there is any difference between L, B, and H, length, breadth, and height. For example, let us assume length is equivalent to breadth. Length is not equivalent to breadth, but breadth is equivalent to height. It won't be cube, it will become cuboid. Is this part clear with all of you?
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to give you just simple information. When we talk about cube, first thing what you need to understand is what is the difference between cube and cuboid? Cube means your length, breadth. We have length, breadth, and height. As I said, when we are dealing with cube, this is length, this is breadth, and this is height. All right. Length, breadth, and height is same in case of cube. in case of cuboid, what happen is there's a possibility that all three of them can be different, two of them are same, you know they are different with the third one. So this is what I said: length maybe not equivalent to breadth, but breadth can be equivalent to height. So in that case it become a cuboid, it won't remain a cube. Apart from this, rest of the things still same, remain same between cube and cuboid. Now if I go back once again with what you people are trying to tell me, look, the moment you give one cut, two cut, yes, you are talking about 9 cut and 9 cut. You are talking about 7 cut, 7 cut, 8 cut and 8 cut. None of these can give me a cube. Reason behind this is because we have length, breadth, and height. What you do is, let us assume you give a cut only on length and breadth. Someone is giving a cut only on breadth and height, but you are not giving any cut on length. So automatically what happens, these two are same, but this become different. Are you getting it or not? Have you understood what I am saying? So basically the first rule to get a cube from a cube is that same number of cuts should be given on all length, breadth and height. This is the first thing which you people should learn. That if I want a cube from a cube, I have to give same number of cut on length, same number of cut on breadth and same number of cut on height. All right. I'll just tell you, answer for this. But before we start, there's one more basics, which we need to learn about cube. Any idea in cube total how many corners are there? And how many edges are there? And how many, faces are there?
8 corners.
You have to excuse my handwriting, so we will talk about corners.
6
First, we'll talk about corners. Then we'll talk about face.
12 edges.
And then we'll talk about edges. So these are things which you should always remember, you should always remember. So let us go one by one. Look, this is corner. This is corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one which is here also. Have you understood? So 8. So total 8 corners. You have to remember that whether it's a cube or cuboid, it doesn't matter. It is going to have 8 corners. Any doubt here? All of you?
No,
No doubt.
Sir,
Good.
sir, can you please repeat, sir? I
Yes.
got disconnected and I came back.
No problem. Look, these are corners. These are corners. Look, this is a corner. So how many corners we have in a cube is 1. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8 corners are there. Then when next thing is face. All right. Total 6 faces are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then this 5. Look, opposite side. So 1 opposite side. Then 2. Then 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So total 6 faces are there. All right. This whole part is known as face. This whole part is known as face. Now edge. So if you see, this is edge. This is edge. All right. So total, if you see, 12 edges are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 up and 4 down. All right. So 4 up, 4 down. So 8. These are down 1. All right. And then another 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So total 12 edges are there. Don't get confused. You can take one box which is there with you in home. And if you just do the counting, you will come to know that, whether when we talk about cubes, remember, it doesn't matter, whether it's a cube or cuboid, whether it's cube or cuboid. This is same for both cube and cuboid. Only difference between cube and cuboid is in case of cube, your LB and H will be same. In case of cuboid, it will be different. All 3 of them can be different. 2 of them can be same. All the possibilities. But apart from this, there is no other difference between cube and cuboid. Analysis wise, it's the same analysis. When we are dealing with cube, the first important information which we need to have is whether it's cube or cuboid, it has got 8 corners, 6 faces, and 12 edges. Is this clear? And you should not be doubtful, about corner, face, and edge. All right. This corner part should be clear. This is corner, this is face, and this is edge. So we are talking about 8 corner, 6 faces, and 12 edges. All right. So this is the first information which you should remember, all of you. Any doubt here?
No, sir.
Good. Now next part comes. Now listen carefully. This is the important part. If this is the first, I'm just showing you front view. All right, I'm just not showing you any other dimension. I'm just talking about front view. Let us assume this is the front, view for us of a cube. Now let us see what happened when we give a cut. If I give one cut, total how many parts we have? If I just, this is a cut. Let us assume this is a cut which I'm making, and this is a face first, front view of us. So one cut will give me how many parts?
Two.
Two parts. All of you agree with this? Now, if I give two cuts, then what happen? If I give two cuts, let us assume I give one cut and two cuts. Then how many parts? Three parts. One, two, three parts. Three parts. All right. How many cuts I'm making? Two cuts. Now let us see if I make three cuts. Then what happened? One cut, two cut, and three cut. Total how many parts I have? One, two, three, and four parts. So four parts. How many cuts? Three cuts. So basically what you learn from here is number of parts will be one more than number of cuts. If I'm making two cuts, I'm getting three parts. If I'm making three cuts, I'm getting four parts. Is this part clear with you? Have you understood this or not, all of you? Is this point clear? That
Yes, sir.
number of part will be one more than number of cuts. So basically, if I'm making n cuts, so I'm going to have n plus 1 parts. Is this clear? All of you, any doubt here? Tell me, you have to just give me a
No
response.
doubts.
Sir, can you repeat? Your voice was actually breaking a lot for me.
Okay. And for rest of you, still I'm fine, or it's breaking for you people also?
It's fine, sir.
Okay, so that means, my side it is okay. All right. What I was saying is, we have to learn this and we have to keep this point in mind that whenever we give a cut, number of parts will be one more than cut. This is what I was explaining. If I give one cuts means two part. If I give two cuts means three part. If I give three cuts means four parts. So if I give n cuts, number of parts will be n plus one. Now you have understood?
Yes, sir.
Good. Look, if you don't understand, you can ask me, so there's no issues. And anyway, I'm going to teach you basics today. So there's no problem. I think we can manage to finish this in 2 hours. No issues. All right. Now let me go back to the question which I asked you. All right. I wanted you to give me 64 small cubes from a bigger cube. So first thing what you need to learn here is if you want 64, I can get 64 only in this way. Yes or no? If I want 64, 64 means 64, 4 cube will give me 64. So I need to have four parts. These are parts, four parts on length, four parts on breadth, and four parts on height. So if I want four parts on length, I'm going to give three cuts on length, four parts on breadth, so I'll give three cuts on breadth. And if I want four parts on height, I'll give three cuts on height. So the moment I give three cuts on length, height, three cuts on breadth, and three cuts on length, I will end up getting 64 cubes. All right. So basically your answer should have been 9. All right. And this 9 will get distributed as 3 on length, 3 on breadth, and 3 on height. If I give 3 cuts, I'll get 4 parts. 3 cuts means 4 parts. 3 cuts means 4 parts. Total number of part is 4 into 4 into 4, which is 64. I'll just show you one three-dimensional picture, so maybe that can help you a bit. So All right. Now see carefully what I am saying. So according to us, we want 64 small cubes. So we are going to give three cuts. One cut, two cut, three cut. All right. Now we have already given a cut. Remember, this is the length on which we have given a cut. Okay, three cuts. So we have given. Now we are going to give a cut on breadth now. Listen. Okay, let us give a cut on height first. So three cut, one cut, two cut, three cut. Now you count cubes. You will get how many cubes? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 into 4 is 16. Are we getting 16 cube? Yes or no? Yes. We are giving 16 cubes. Now here also if I give 3 cuts, so total how many slices we are going to have? We are going to have 4 slices. Do you people agree? If I give 3 cuts here, I am going to have 4 slices. If we are giving 3 cuts, we are going to have 4 slices. So slice number 1, slice number 2, another 1 cut if I give, so slice number 3 and 4. So look here, 4 slice, 1 slice, 2 slice, 3 slice and 4 slice. So total number of cube is 16 into 4 is 64. I'll teach you, let me just do one more, let us do smaller data. So let us talk about 27 small cubes. So 27 small cubes means it is a cubic value for 3. 3 into 3 into 3 can give me 27. So basically I have to give 2 cuts on length, 2 cuts on breadth and 2 cuts on height. All right. So let us just check it out this. Look, we cannot draw three-dimensional picture for all the things, so for this I'm drawing, but you should understand that how basically what you have to keep in mind, that is what you should understand. And I'm not good with that drawing, so you have to excuse me for this. All right, so now we are talking about 27 small cubes. So basically 27 small cubes means we know that 3 into 3 into 3 will give me 27. So basically we are talking about 2 cuts on length, 2 cuts on breadth and 2 cuts on height. Let me give 2 cuts. 1 cut, 2 cut. Remember, this is a front view. Now I'm giving 2 cuts here also. 1 cut, 2 cut. Now you just give a count to number of cubes what we are talking about. 1 cube, 2 cube, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cubes. And since this side also we are going to give 2 cuts, so we are going to give 2 cuts. So we have to see how many slices we are talking about. I've given 1 cut and I give 1 more cut here also. So see, here we are talking about 9 cubes. So a number of slice. This is 1 slice, 2 slice and 3 slice. So total how many cubes we are talking about? 9 into 3 is 27. Have you people understood? All of you? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Anyone who has not understood? So basically this is how now it will work. I want 64 small cubes. So 64 means 4 into 4 into 4 will give me 64. So these are the parts. Remember, number of parts which we are talking about. So number of cut, 3 cut on length, 3 cut on breadth and 3 cuts on height. Now I want 27 small cubes. So 27 means 3 into 3 into 3. So 2 cuts on length, 2 cuts on breadth, 2 cuts on height. I'm talking about 125 small cubes. 125 small cubes means 5 into 5 into 5. So I'll give 4 cuts on length, 4 cuts on breadth and 4 cuts on height. So these are cuts and these are parts. Is this part clear with all of you? If I'm talking about, okay, tell me 216, how many cuts I should make to get 216 small cubes? Yes, fast. How many cuts should we make to get 216 small cubes? 216 is the cube of which number? Sanvi, 216 is a cube of which number?
Sir, 6.
You people have to learn this. You cannot say that I don't know 6 cube is 216, 7 cube is 343. 8 cube is 512. You have to remember this. So 6 cube will give me 216. So how many cuts I'm going to make?
5.
5 on length, 5 on breadth, and 5 on height. So
Height.
total how many cuts we are going to make? We are going to make 15 cuts. And remember, since we are making same number of cuts on length, same number of cuts on height, and same number of cuts on breadth, so we will end up getting cubes. Is this clear with all of you? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Remember, this is one of the most difficult chapter in cubes, most difficult chapter. And you learn this. If you get a question from cube in your reasoning, you end up getting complete marks, because most of the students, they won't be solving question from this chapter of cubes. And reason behind this is because they don't learn basics. So basics are very simple. What is cubes? What is cuboid? In cubes, length, breadth, and height is same. In case of cuboid, it will be different. In cubes or cuboid, we will have 8 corners, 12 edges, and 6 faces. Third thing is we need to learn how to get a smaller cube from a bigger cube. All right. Next thing which we need to learn here is, if suppose, all right, let me see how many of you can answer this question. All right. I'll give you 3 questions. First question is, listen carefully. You are allowed to make 7 cuts. What I mean to say, that all of you understand that we have a cube with us. Let us assume there's a cube which is provided to all of you. In first case, you are allowed to make 7 cuts. Question is, what is the maximum number of identical pieces which you can get? Maximum number of identical pieces which we can get. So basically, we are not
5 and 2.
we are talking about cuboid. All right, wait. Have patience, Amit. It is the wrong answer. All right. So first one, I allow you to make 7 cuts, all in all. So all together, you have to make 7 cuts. I'm not saying 7 cuts on length, 7 cuts on breadth, and 7 cuts on height. All together, you can make 7 cuts. All right. Similarly, second question is, all together, you are allowed to make 18 cuts. Third question is, all together, you are allowed to make 16 cuts. In all the cases, you have to tell me what is the maximum number of identical pieces which you can get. I will give you a minute. All right. Please solve.
Cuboid, sir.
Yes, it is. You will get a cuboid. You won't get a cube. I think someone, audio is on. Please see and uh, turn it off. Just see, check it out. Whose audio is on? Anyone who has got the answer now? Look, this question become very interesting, because on now I'm not giving you a number which can be equally divided into 3 parts. That is the reason why I said that if I have a cube, and if you're allowed to make 7 cuts, you won't get a cube. Reason behind this is, I know this distribution should happen on length, breadth, and height. And if 7 cuts need to be distributed, I cannot distribute these 7 cuts equally among length, breadth, and height. That is why you won't be able to get a cube. You will get a cuboid. All right. And this is valid for all the 3 data. If suppose I give you another data, I say that altogether you are allowed to make 15 cuts. What is the maximum number of identical pieces which you can get? So in this case, those identical pieces will be cube. Why? Because if I'm allowed to make 15 cuts, if I want to maximize the pieces, I'll give equal cuts on length, breadth, and height. I give 5 cuts on length, 5 cuts on breadth, and 5 cuts on height. So if I give 5 cuts, I'll get 6 parts, 6 parts, and 6 parts. So total, how many pieces are we talking about? 6 cube. 6 cube is 216. So this is the answer for this fourth one.
Sir,
Okay. Yeah.
sir, is first one 32?
I don't know. I have to check it out. Okay, I will tell you. Let me just see. This is how you are going to cut.
Sir, why not 18, sir?
Because we are going to maximize it. Question was what is the maximum number of identical pieces you can get. So we have to see which one give me maximum. I'll come back to that. So this is ideally which will give me maximum pieces. All right, 7 cuts means I'll do 2 cuts on length, 2 cuts on breadth, and 3 cuts on height. Or you can distribute this. It doesn't matter. You can put 3 cuts on length, 2 cuts on breadth, and 2 cuts on height. It doesn't matter. So 2 cuts means 3 part, 2 cuts means 3 part, and 3 cuts means 4 part. So total number of identical pieces which I can get is 4 into 3 is 12, 12 into 3 is 36. This is the maximum number of identical pieces which you can get when you are allowed to make 7 cuts. All right. Now I'll just show you, what I was trying to tell you that, look now 7 cuts, someone says length, breadth and height. I want this 7 cut to be distributed as, 3 cuts on length, 3 cuts on breadth and 1 cut on height. You can do this. Am I right? You will still
Yes, sir.
you will get a cuboid, but you won't get a cube. But only the thing is we have to maximize it. So 3 cuts means 4 part, 3 cuts
That
means
will
four
get
part.
for 32, sir. I
Yes.
did the same.
So you'll get 4 into 4 is 16, 16 into 2 is 32. Now someone says that I will do, 7 cuts are there. So I'll do like this. I'll do 4 cuts on length and then 2 cuts on breadth and 1 cut on height. Yes, length, breadth and height. So 4 cuts means 5 parts, 2 cuts means 3 part, and 1 cut means 2 part. So total how many identical pieces we are talking about? 5 into 3 is 15, 15 into 2 is 30. But question was to maximize it. That is the reason why ideally this will be the cut which you have to make. You have to make 2 cuts on length, 2 cuts on breadth and 3 cuts on height, because this will give me maximum pieces. Apart from this, if you give any other cuts, if you do distribution in any other way, you won't be able to maximize it. All right. So you have to learn this. Now, any question here?
Can you show for 18, sir?
You have asked me wrong question, dear. You asked
Sir,
me right.
this.
You asked me right question. I give you time. I will do for all the things. I want you to think and tell me. You asked me right question. Girls, you have to participate. Tell me. Ask me right question for this. What is the right question you should have asked? Because I expect you to ask me right question.
Sir, for 18, there can be 6, 6, and 6, right?
Okay, this was 18 cuts which we are talking about.
Yes,
No,
sir.
this is eight. I think first was 7, and then it was 18 or 8.
Sir, 18.
All right,
18.
18 to 6, 6 and 6 cuts, no
So
problem.
do one.
Uh, if suppose I change it and I make 17 cuts or 14 cuts, ask me right question. Let me see who can ask me right question. All right, what you people should ask me, sir, how I will come to know that this is the distribution which I need to do? Yes or no? For example, 14 cuts, this 14 cuts, how you will know that your distribution should not be like 3, 5 and 6. Maybe this won't give you maximum pieces.
So it should be 5, 5 and 4.
But how you come to know that?
I don't know, sir.
This is the right question. This is the question which you should ask me, so that how you will come to know that this is ideally this is the way I have to cut.
It just
Or
comes in the mind, sir.
no, okay, I will tell you. Trick is very simple. All of you listen here carefully. Listen carefully in case if you have doubt, still you ask me. If at all I am allowed, or if someone is asking me to maximize the number of pieces and I have been given a cut, for example, let us assume you are talking about 13 cuts and I want to maximize the pieces. What is the maximum number of identical pieces which we can get by giving 13 cuts? Trick is very simple. Lesser the difference between the cuts, more will be the pieces. Understood? Lesser the difference between the cuts, more will be the pieces. Higher the difference between the cut, less will be the pieces. If you have not understood, you have to do very simple thing. Whatever number you have, try dividing into 3 equal parts. All right. For example, I am allowed to make 13 cuts. Now this 13 I cannot divide into 3 equal parts. Can I divide 13 into 3 equal parts? Yes or no?
No, sir.
Obviously no. So what is the nearest number which is 13, which can be divided into 3 equal parts? It is 12. All of you agree?
Yes, sir.
So what I do is, I know that 12 can be divided into 3 equal part and is near to 13. So I keep 12 in mind and do distribution like 4, 4, and I can do another 4. All right. But since I'm allowed to make 13 cuts, I cannot do that. I will do 4, 4 and 5. So I will try to do distribution as equal as possible. And this is the maximum number of, identical pieces which I can. But don't forget this. If I'm giving 4 cuts, so number of parts will be 5. Here I have given 4 cuts, so number of parts will be 5. If I'm giving 5 cuts, number of parts will be 6. So total number of identical pieces will be 5 into 5 into 6. So basically it becomes 6 into 5 is 30 and 30 into 5 is 150. Have you people understood?
Yes, sir.
Girls?
Sir, can you
Yes,
can you explain the distribution part again? I'm not
Yes,
able to
dear.
understand.
Just a simple rule. Try distributing as equal as possible. So you have to divide into 3 equal parts, nothing else. So, okay, you tell me any number. You tell me any number, Viva. Give me any number.
16.
16. All right. Now you are telling me that, I have to give only 16 cuts. We have a cube with us. We are allowed to make 16 cuts. What is the maximum number of identical pieces which we can get? So first thing which I know is if I'm allowed to make 16 cuts, I cannot get a cube. Reason? Because I have to give my cut on length, breadth, and height. Remember, I cannot cut like this. Can I do cutting like this? No. Because when in a chapter of cubes, when we are dealing, we have to, from a cube, either we'll get cube or we'll get a cuboid. So cut has to happen on length, breadth, or height. 16, can I distribute this 16 cut equally among length, breadth, and height? No. Yes, 16 is not divisible by 3.
Yeah.
So basically, since I cannot distribute this 16 equally among length, breadth, and height, so what I understand is I won't be able to get a cube, but I will get cuboid. Understood? This is the first data which needs to
Yeah.
come in your mind. Now, try finding out the number which is very close to 16 and divisible by 3. So that is 15.
Yeah.
Understood? Now, if I'm allowed to make 15 cuts, my distribution will be 5, 5, and 5. But I cannot make this distribution because I'm supposed to make 16 cuts. So what I will do is I'll make increment in any one of them. You have understood now? So
Yes,
other
sir.
way around, what we have to understand is, the difference between the cut should be as equal as possible if you want to get the maximum pieces. If you want to maximize the pieces, the difference between the cut should be as equal as possible. And if you want to minimize the pieces, the difference should be as large as possible. Higher the difference, lesser will be the cut. Lesser the difference between the cut, more will be the pieces. All right. For example, if suppose 16 cuts are there, let us assume I do like this: 14, 1, and 1. This is also possible. Yes. Now see how many parts I can get. I can get 15 parts, 2 parts, and 2 parts. 15 into 2 is 30. 13 into 2 is 60. But here, how many parts we are talking about? 6 into 5 is 30. 30 into 5 is 150.
252.
Have you understood, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Now, if and if suppose we are talking about 33, you are allowed to make 33 cuts. What is the maximum number of identical pieces you will get? So since you are allowed to make 33 cuts, I know that this 33 can be equally distributed on length, breadth, and height. So 33 can be distributed as 11, 11, and 11. So I know that now I will be able to get a cube. And 11 cuts means 12 parts. 11 cuts means 12 parts, and 11 cuts means 12 parts. So these are the number of total parts which I'll get: 12 into 12 into 12. All of you understood now? Yes. Now, other important thing. Suppose this is length, breadth, and height. I have given 2 cuts on length, 3 cuts on breadth, and 4 cuts on height. Total, how many identical pieces I'll get? Just, 2 cuts on length. Remember, this is cuts. So if I'm making 2 cuts on length, I'll get 3 parts. I'm making 3 cuts on breadth, means I'll get 4 parts. And if
60.
I'm making 4 cut on height, I'll get
60.
5 parts. So total, how many pieces we can get? 3 into 4 is
60.
12, 12 into 5 is 60. Any doubt till here? Any doubt you can ask me. No doubts? Very good. Now let us go with the interesting part of this chapter. All right. So this was basic. So two things what you have learned, how to get a number of pieces from a bigger cube and how to maximize it. Usually they ask questions from there. Most of the papers will, you'll get question from there. Sometimes, what they will do is they will ask you caselet. Caselet means, somewhere 3-4 question will be attached to that. All right. And we have to be a bit careful. Now listen carefully. Question. All right. So I'm going to give you easy question first. So all of you just listen carefully. Question is very simple. We have cube with us. All right. So we have cube with us. So let us assume this is a cube what we have. And what we do is now we paint this cube completely. All right. So we paint this. We paint this with, okay, let us paint this with red color. Is this clear? Any doubt till here? Tell me fast here. Any doubt till here? We have a cube. This part is clear. What
No
we
doubt,
do,
sir.
we paint this cube completely. Remember, we are painting this cube completely. All right, all 6 faces we have painted this cube. Any doubt till here?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No,
Okay.
sir.
Now listen carefully. After painting this, what I do is, I give a cuts. I give cuts to get 27 small cube. I give a cut to get how many small cube? 27 small cubes. So basically how I'll get 27 small cubes. So basically 27 is 3 into 3 means I've given 2 cuts on length, 2 cuts on breadth and 2 cuts on height and I've got 27 small cubes. Is this part clear? Data clear?
Yes, sir.
Now question is, in this 27 small cubes, how many of the small cubes will have 3-face painted? How many of them will have 2-face painted, 1-face painted and 0-face painted? Excuse me. I'll repeat it once again. After getting this 27 small cubes, remember these are 27 small cubes which I've got it from here. After giving a cuts. So I want to know in this 27 small cubes, how many of them will have 3-face painted? How many of them will have 2-face painted? How many of them will have 1-face painted and how many of them will have 0-face painted? Give a try. All of you have understood the question, am I right?
Sir, we have painted the whole cube or the only 3 faces?
All complete face. There's only 3 faces are visible, so I can show you only 3 faces. Complete cube has been painted. We have painted it from outside. 6 faces are there. All 6 faces has got painted. All right. After painting it, what we do is we give a cut to get 27 small cubes. And then once we have this 27 small cubes, what we want to know is how many of these smaller cubes will have 3-face painted, how many of them will have 2-face painted, how many of them will have 1-face painted, and how many of them will have 0-face painted. I told you cube is one of the most difficult chapter in reasoning. And usually if you ask me, you don't get a question from cube. All right, in CLAT paper, usually you don't get a question from cube. But once or twice they have asked you. So there's always a possibility that they can ask you. And if they ask you and you are able to solve this question, you get easy 3-4 marks. So that is the reason why you have to learn this. So and bit of practice will help you. And anyway, next week, not next week, whenever I take next class, I think I'm going to do this, question based upon this basics, whatever I'm teaching you. Anyone who has got the answer for this?
So I
So
got
for 3 face, is it 8, sir?
All
so
right.
3, 8,
Okay, 3-face 8.
8,
It's 8.
2 faces 8. 2 faces also 8, sir.
2-face also 8. And
Remaining is 1 face.
so remain 3-face, 2-face, 1 face. And no, there was
11.
0 also, dear. There was 0-face also, no? Altogether 2. So anyone else? Girls, I want to hear answer from you. Don't get worried. Just tell me whatever answer you are getting.
So shouldn't 3-face be only 4?
We will see, dear. We will see. 2-face.
Sir, 1 faces is 4 and 0 faces is 7.
Any other answer apart from this?
So 0 faces 8, I guess.
Any other answer? Option which you have? I told you this is very interesting chapter. Very interesting chapter. And if you get a master of this, it's really good. If at all you get a question from this section, you have added advantage. All right, let us see.
Sir, is
Yes,
it only one zero face?
I don't know. You have to tell me.
Yes, sir. One
Yes, sir,
zero.
1 0 face.
Okay, 1 0 face,
8 3 face,
8 3 face,
and
2 face,
2 face also 8, sir. I think.
then 1 face,
Sir, 6, sir.
10.
6,
6.
6.
8, 8, 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 6 is 22. 22 plus 1 is 23. We are dealing with 27 cubes. So where another 4 cubes has gone?
So one face is 10, sir.
Means how it will possible. 8, 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 6 is 22. If you do here 10, it becomes 32.
So is it
So no, sir,
4,
one face
12,
is
6,
Wait,
10.
wait,
and
wait, wait.
1?
Let us listen from girl's side. Yes, tell me. 3
So
faces.
4, 12, 6, and 1.
12 plus 4 is 16. 16 plus 6 is 22. 22 plus 1 is 23 cubes. Total 27 cubes are there. Look, you don't need to worry. I'm not worried if you're not giving me answer.
So why can't we make one face as 10?
No. Here, no, you have to give me complete. You can make. There is nothing wrong about it, but you have to give me complete distribution. Then only I can tell you.
Yes,
That.
sir.
Tell me, 3 face painted,
8,
8,
8,
2,
8,
8. Then
10 and 1.
you're getting 27. Getting 27. All right. I don't know. I think most of the answers are wrong. All right. Let us see. And then you tell me how many of you got it correct. Now, listen carefully what I'm saying. Look, as I said, I'm not worried if you are getting it wrong. I will be worried if I teach you and you don't practice. Because in that case, what happened? You don't learn. So learning will happen only when you take time and practice. And in case still you have a doubt, you get back to me. So ideally, that is the thing which you need to do. Once again, after the session, sit down for some half an hour, take all these questions, what I'm talking about, do it once again, see you have understood completely. In case even if small doubt is there, just WhatsApp me and I will see that I will take care of that doubt. So you learn. All right. Now, all of you listen carefully what I'm saying, because what I'm going to teach you now, it is very, very important. Very important. All right. So all of you should listen. And in case if you have a doubt, you should stop me in between and you should clarify your doubt. All right. Let us go. First, learning what you need to have is when we are dealing with this kind of question, analysis of a cube, where we have painted it and we want to count the cube, always your analysis has to happen on edge, corner, and face. You are only going to concentrate on this edge, corner, and face, nothing else. In your mind, only the data which should revolve is edge, corner, and face. All of us, we know total how many edges we deal with, whether it's cube or cuboid. Total how many edges are there? At starting of the session, I've told you. Tell me.
12.
8.
12.
Okay.
12.
Answer should come from girl side. Corner.
12,
12.
sir.
8.
8 corner.
Corner 8.
And face.
6.
6.
This point is clear with all of you, that when we are going to do analysis of these cubes, always in this kind of question, when we are painting a cube and someone wants us to count those cubes, we are going to do our complete analysis on edge, corner, and face. We know that altogether that 12 edges are there, 6 corners are there, and 2 faces are there. Sorry, 6 faces are there. Any doubt with this? Any doubt with this part? Response. Yes.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. Good. All right. Now let us go forward. Next thing, whenever you are doing analysis of this type of question, always try drawing only front view. Remember, I'm trying to do only front view. Okay. Uh, and I'll show you, and maybe I will just do three-dimensional analysis for this, and once again show you. But for counting purpose, and when there's a single color, always draw front view, nothing else. So 27. Next thing is, I know 27 I can get only by 3 into 3 into 3. So I have to make two cuts, and two cuts. All of you agree with this? Let us make two cuts. One cut, two cut, one cut, two cut. Any doubt till here? This is the front view.
No, sir.
This is a cube front view. Since we are going to do analysis, our analysis will always happen on the front view, and then we'll do the counting. Is this part clear with all of you? Yes.
Yes,
What
sir.
is this cube? This cube is a corner cube. Am I right? This is a corner cube. Remember, corner cube will always have three face painted. You will never get a cube, which has got three face painted anywhere else apart from corner. Only corner cube can give you a cube which will have three face painted thing. Can I get if let us assume I pull a cube from here, can I get a cube with three face painted from here? No. If I have to get a cube which has got three face painted, it has to always come from corner. I cannot have a cube anywhere else apart from corner which has got three face painted. So always corner cube will give me a cube which has got three face painted. Apart from that, I cannot get a cube. Look here, very simple data. But remember, in real time situation, you cannot do analysis like this, three-dimensional analysis. So always what you have to do is you have to draw, only front view, and you have to solve the question. Just since this is a small one, so that is why I am, doing this three-dimensional picture. Otherwise, I won't. Look, this is a corner cube. This will always have three face painted. One face, two face, and three face. So any corner cube can give me only three face painted. Can I, can, if I pull this cube, will this cube give me three face painted? Yes or no? Tell me fast. If I pull a cube from here, will this
Yes,
cube
sir.
give me three face painted? No. It will always have two face painted. It can give me only this face paint. This is painted face, and this is the painted face. If I get a pull a cube from here, it will always have two face painted. Once again, this is a corner cube. This will always have three face painted. This, and bottom part. Any cube which you are going to pull it from here will always have single face painted. Any cube which you are going to pull it from face will always have single face painted. So what you need to remember, as I said, edge, corner, and face. Complete analysis will happen on edge, corner, and face. If it is a corner cube, it will have three face painted. Corner cube, three face painted. This is edge. This is edge, two face painted. This is edge, two face painted. This is corner, three face painted. This is edge, two face painted. This is corner, three face painted. This is just as face, so this will have only single face painted. So this is what you need to remember, and that is why I said what I will do is, when we do counting, we do very simple thing. Just we do front view, and then we do the calculation. 27 means 3 into 3 into 3. So basically I have to make two cuts on length, two cuts on breadth, and two cuts on height. So I can make only two cuts here, one cut, two cut on length, two cuts on breadth. I don't have height, so I just leave it for analysis purpose. And then what happens is, then I start counting. Since it's a corner cube, we'll have three face painted, three face painted, three face painted, three face painted. Total, how many corners we have in a cube? 8 corners. So all these 8 corners will have three face painted. So three face will be 8. Now, this is edge. This is edge. This will have how many face painted? One face, two face, three face, zero face. Tell me
Two
fast.
face.
Two
Face.
face.
Yes. So remember, always simple data. Corner, three face painted. Edge, two face painted. Face, one face painted. You have to remember this, and then counting need to happen. Now this is edge. This has two face painted. Now remember, in this whole edge, how many two faces painted I'm able to get? One. All you agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now total how many edges are there? We have 12 edges. And I know
So
from,
12.
okay. So yes, so 12 edges are there, and I'm able to pull only one cube which has got two face painted. So number of cubes which will have two face painted in this diagram will be 12. So this will also two face painted, two face painted, two face painted. This is edge, remember. So this counting has happened. 12 edges are there. I know I don't have more than 12 edges. I don't have less than 12 edges. So from edge, any cube I pull it from edge, apart from corner, I'll have only two face painted. For this 27, I have only one. So 12 into 1 is 12. All right. Now this is single face. So this will have only one face painted. Yes. So from one face, I'm going to get only one cube. Total, how many faces are there? Six faces are there. So since I'm getting only one cube from one faces, six faces are there. Total six cubes I will get from here. Now you add this. 12 plus 8 is 20. 20 plus 6 is 26. Already 26 counting has happened. So one more is left. So that will have zero face painted. So zero face painted 1. Single face painted is 6. Two side face painted is 12. And three face painted is 8. Anyone who has got it correct?
So except the three face painted, I got everything else correct.
Don't worry. All of you will start getting all the questions correct. Matter of time. I'll do 64. Question remains same. There's no changes with the questions. Question is same. We have a cube with us. We paint that cube completely. We paint that cube with a single color, any color you want. We paint that cube completely. And once we paint that cube, what we do is we give a cut to get 64 small cubes. I want to know in this 64 small cubes, how many have got three face painted, two face painted, one face painted, and zero face painted. So what we'll do is we'll do counting once again. So first step, 64 means 4 into 4 into 4. I should have 4 parts on length, 4 parts on breadth, and 4 parts on height. Then I'll get 64 cubes. Now to get 4 parts, I need to give 3 cuts, 3 cuts, 3 cuts. Since I'm doing analysis, what I will do is I'll do only front view. All right. So I'll do only front view. We need to give 3 cuts. Let us give 3 cuts. 1 cut, 2 cuts, 3 cut. Now let us give 3 cuts here also. 1 cut, 2 cut, 3 cut. And now all of you are going to be quiet. I'm going to ask this question one by one to, few of you, and they are only going to answer. Even if you know, you are not going to answer. All right. So, okay, Kirti name is first here. Kirti, you have to tell me how many of the cubes will have three face painted and from where I'm going to get those cubes. First, you have to answer me that from which portion I can get three face painted and total how many three face painted cubes I'll get. Kirti, yes, tell me.
The corners, like.
Okay, very good. So will three face painted cubes can only get from corner, only corner. And total how many corner we have?
8.
8. So total how many cubes I'll get three face painted?
8.
8. So these are three face painted. So I write down three face. Remember, this is corner cube. So this will have three face painted. And remember, since only front view are visible, that is only, we can see only 4. But altogether 8 corners are there and all of them will have three face painted. All right. So this part is done. Now, Dimple,
Yes, sir.
total how many edges we have in a cube?
12.
Very good. And two faces painted cubes we are going to get from where? Edge, corner, or face?
Edge.
Very good. So in this diagram, how many cubes I can pull it from edge, which has got two face painted?
24.
No, I said only one edge. I'm not asking complete edge here.
Okay,
One
okay,
edge.
12.
No, one edge is 2. Look here, 1 cube and 2 cube. This will have two face painted.
Okay, okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah. This will have two face painted. So from one edge, I'm getting 2 cubes. So since total 12 edges are there, so since one edge is giving me 2 cubes, total 12 edges are there. So 12 into 2 is 24 cubes.
24.
Yes. All right.
Yes, sir.
Now, Satej,
Yes, sir.
you have to tell me from where I can get a cube which will have single face painted, corner, edge, or face.
Sir, the center.
Face. So that we call it as a face. So
Yeah,
total,
right.
how many cubes you can pull it from one face in this
4.
diagram? 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, and total, how many faces we have?
6.
6 faces. So total, how many cubes will have single face painted?
24.
Yes. Simple calculations. 6 faces, and each face can give me 4 cubes. So total number of cube is 6 into 4 is 24. Now I add this and remove from 64. Whatever is left, that will have zero face painted. Yes. So we add this. 24 plus 24 is 48. 48 plus 8 is 56. So out of 64, 56 cubes has got one or the other paint. So what else is left? 8. So 8 will have zero face painted. Have you understood, all of you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes or no? All right. So,
Yes, sir.
simple thing. Only the thing is, all of you practice this. All right. Last question to all of you. We have a cube. You are going to give a cut and get 216 small cubes. You are having a bigger cube. What we do is we paint that cube completely, and after painting that cube, we give a cut to get 216 identical pieces or identical cubes. You need to tell me how many of them has got 3 face painted, how many of them has got 2 face painted, 1 face painted, and 0 face painted. All of you, please give a try. Don't look it at what I'm doing. All right. So I'm going to solve, and then we'll match with our answer.
Over, sir.
Let us wait for other people also.
Yes, sir.
Look, this is how you have to solve. The way I'm doing, this is how you have to do it. All right. Now this has got single face minted. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 into 4 is 16, and 16 into 6. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 into 4 is 16. From one face we are getting 16. So total 6 faces are there. 16 into 6 is 96. Add this and subtract from 216. You will get 0 face painted. How many you are getting 0 face painted?
64.
All of you have got the same answer now. Check it out, all of you.
Yes, sir.
It's easy or difficult? Yes.
Easy,
So
sir.
can you tell how to find out zero face painted, sir? I got
Dear,
confused.
look, what happened is when we are talking about 216, so only the possibility for after giving a cut, only the possibility to have is either cube will have 3 face painted. It cannot have more than 3 face painted. All right. Only
Yes,
when
sir.
we are facing the painting the big cube and then giving a cut to get a smaller cubes. So the possibility what we can have is we can have 3 face painted, 2 face painted, 1 face painted, and 0 face painted. We cannot have
Yes, sir.
anything else apart from this. And
Yes,
already
sir.
we know that till here we have already done this calculation: 3 face painted, 2 face painted, and 1 face painted. So what we do is we add all of this and then subtract from 216, because
Oh, okay, sir.
apart from this, whatever is left that will have 0 face painted.
Yes, sir.
Understood now? So we'll
Yes, sir.
add
Yes, sir.
this and then we'll subtract from 216. Then we'll get this data.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Look, please ask your doubt. This is very important. Only what I feel most of the time, trouble with you people is you don't want to ask doubts. You start thinking it's a silly doubt, what sir will think, what other people will think. No one is going to think anything. Just clarify your doubts. All right. Don't get worried. Don't get tensed. It doesn't matter what kind of doubt it is. Just get it clarified so that you learn. Can we proceed or you have doubts? I'm asking once. And remember, when next time when I'm taking class, that time you should not, ask me these doubts, you know, because already I've taught you. Next time what we'll do is we'll just solve the questions directly. Any doubts here? No doubts. All right. Now I'll give you a small homework. All right. Listen carefully. Homework is very simple. Huh. This is, a single color. Yes. What we have done is we have painted cube completely with single color. Now, let us assume a situation where what I do is I paint cube with multicolor. So here what I do is I just paint opposite side with the same color. So let us assume we have three color: red, blue, and green. All right, so we have red, blue, and green. And what we do is we paint opposite side with the same color. So if suppose this face we paint it with the red, top and bottom we face it with blue, and other side we face painted with the green. Opposite faces will be painted with the same color, and we have three colors. Have you understood? Any doubt? Any doubt till here? Now I will tell you what kind of question they can ask. They will ask similar kind of question. How many of the cubes have only red, blue, and green color? So I know that when we are talking about this three color, it has to only come from corners.
Corners.
Only corners can have three colors. So you have to count corners and you have to find out how many of them have got red, blue, and green. Now, then they can ask you how many of them have got only red and blue color, or only blue and green color, or only red and green color. So there are three possibility: only red and blue, only blue and green, and only red and green. So I know that when I'm talking about two color will come from where? Edge, corner, or face.
Sir,
Edge.
how many cubes are made?
Let us assume we go with 64 cubes. I'm not asking, okay, homework is 64 cubes. We have a cube, we do a multicolor, red, blue, and green. What we do is, we paint it with this opposite side with the same color. We give a cut to get 64 small cube. First, question is, write down the question: how many of them will have red, blue, and green color? All right. Second question is, how many of them will have red and blue? Third question is, how many of them will have red and green? And next one is, how many of them will have blue and green? How many of them have only red and blue? That's all. This is sufficient. I think this will be sufficient to answer the question. All right. How many of them have red, blue, and green? How many of them have red and blue, red and green, blue and green, and only red? And remember, this is only red and blue color I should have. Only red and green color I should have. Two faces. So you should understand, two color means it has to come from edge. Now only you have to think that, how many edges need to be counted. This can be the highest level of difficulty what they can give you. And if you are tall, they give you, trust me, out of 100 people, 99 people, they're not going to answer this question. 99 people, they won't answer, and even they answer, there's all possibility that they will get it wrong. Only one person will answer this, and if at all there's a caselet which consists of 3 to 4 marks, this complete marks comes to you. All right. So just see that you practice. Okay. Now next part of this class. Any doubt? Any doubt here?
No, sir.
No doubt. Okay. Now let us learn other interesting thing. Very interesting chapter now. Usually, sometimes, you get a question from this chapter. Definitely you'll get in symbiosis and Delhi, and you never know, maybe in CLAT also. In CLAT earlier days, they used to ask a question. Definite, there was one question from here. All right. There's a calendars. How many of you know how to do, calculation calendar? For example, if I ask you, what was the day on 3rd April 1806? Anyone who knows how to get the answer? If I ask you, what was the day on 3rd April 1806? All right, you don't know. Good. So let us go with the basics part first. First thing is, in a normal year, how many days you have? So basically, when we talk about a year, you will have a normal
365.
year or a leap year. Yes, normal year, how many days we have?
365.
Leap year
366.
366.
and good. And how you come to know whether the given year is a leap year or not?
So we divide it by 4.
All of you agree with this?
If it's divisible by 4, it is leap year.
All of you agree, or there's a doubt here? All of you agree with the same data? Look, if you don't understand, if I'm going fast, please ask me. Question is how you will come to know. First thing what we need to remember, all of us, is that in a normal year we have 365 days. In a leap year we have 366 days. Next question is how you know whether the given year is a leap year or a normal year. So your answer is, if any year is divisible by 4, it is a leap year. What I mean to say is, if suppose I want to know whether 1950 was a leap year or not. So basically what you do is you divide this by 4, and if it is divisible, it become a leap year. If it is not divisible, it's not a leap year. All of you agree with this, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Good. How about 1900? Was 1900 a leap year or not?
Yes,
Was
sir.
1900 a leap year or not?
Yes, sir.
Kirti, was 1900 a leap year?
No, sir.
Hey, why you are saying no? It is divisible by 4.
I
90
didn't divide. I didn't think of it. I just answered.
475.
All right, let us learn this. This is partially correct. This is not completely correct. This is partially correct. And once again, I assure you, out of 100 people, if you ask this question, 99 people will say that this is correct. Only one person know that this is partially correct. All right. So what
Sir,
you need,
what do you mean by partially correct, sir?
I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that.
Okay, sir.
Because what you know is you know that you divide it by 4. If it is divisible, it become a leap year. But that is wrong. Reason behind this is 1900. 1900 is divisible by 4. But was 1900 a leap year? No, it was not a leap year. Not a leap year. 1800. 1800 is divisible by 4. But was 1800 a leap year? No, it was not a leap year. 1600 is divisible by 4. But was it a leap year? Yes, it was a leap year. 1600 was a leap year. But 1800 was not a leap year. 1900 was not a leap year. So even though all these years are divisible by 4, some of them are leap year and some of them are not leap year. So now question is, how you come to know whether the given year is a leap year or not? So trick is very simple. Very simple trick. When it is a normal year means not divisible by 100, not a century year. All right. I'm very clear, with whatever I'm saying, and you have to understand. If you don't understand, you have to ask me. Whenever it is a non-century year, so it is a normal year, divide it by 4 and see. If it is divisible, that become a leap year. If it is a century year, century means multiple of 100. If it is a century year, that has to be divisible by 400, not by 4, by 400. That is the reason why 1900 was not a leap year. Why? Because 1900 is not divisible by 400. That is why it was not a leap year. But at the same time, 1600 is divisible by 400, 4 times. So that is why it was a leap year. So to find whether the given year is a leap year or not, first you have to cross check that the year what we are talking about, it is a regular year or it is a century year. If it is a century year, divide it by 400. If it is a regular year, just divide it by 4. And then cross check whether it is divisible or not. All right. Is this part clear now? You You have understood?
Excuse me, sir. Sir, can you
Yes.
give an example for normal year?
Anything? 1850. It is not diesel. It is not a leap
Okay,
year. Look,
okay.
centuria means centuria means 1100, 1200, 1300, 1400. These are all century year.
So I didn't
Okay.
understand why you're finding the century here.
I think your voice is not audible. Am I audible to you?
Sir, for century year,
Sir, but
the year
what?
is
One by one, please, one by one. Yes, Kirti, you are saying something.
So I didn't
Yes, that
understand why
Wait,
you're
partially.
I
finding.
said one by one. I will ask you. Wait, Kirti, yes.
So I didn't understand why you're taking the century here. Like, how is that related?
No, it's very simple, Kirti. If suppose someone asks you, was 1900 a leap year or not? What will be your answer?
I would say it is because it's divisible by 4.
That is wrong. Because since it is a century means it is ending with 20. So what you have to do is you have to just divide it by 400 and see. Is it divisible by 400? Not divisible by 400. So it was not a leap year. Simple data.
So to find leap year, we have to divide it by 400, not 4.
No, only when it is a century year. If suppose I ask you 1904, is 1904 century year? It is not multiple of 100, so it was not a century. So divide it by 4. It is divisible by 4. Yes, it is divisible by 4. So it is a leap year. We have to divide it by 400 only when this is a century year. Apart from century year, rest of the year, what you said is correct. Understood now?
Sir, but what does partially right mean, sir? Like for
Partially
1950?
because you were not 100% correct now. When I asked you
Oh,
that 1600 was a leap year and 1700 was a leap year, you go with your calculation, which is wrong.
okay, sir.
Understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any other doubts?
Sir, but 1950 isn't divisible by 4, no, sir.
1950 is not divisible by 4, so obviously it won't be a leap year.
Okay, yes, sir.
So then why do we say it is partial leap year?
No, it is not called partial leap year. Who said partial leap year? It is a leap year or not a leap year. It is not a partial leap year.
So you said it is partial,
I
correct?
didn't say partial. You said you people are partially correct. Means you people are somewhat correct, not completely correct. Because you are not giving me complete answer. You were knowing only with the non-century years. You were not aware about century years. How to get answer for century years. Now you have understood, Amit?
Yes, sir.
Good. Any other question you have? Because
No,
we have this is just a small part. If we want to learn how to find out the day, so we have to go slowly. Okay. Next thing, listen here carefully what I'm saying. If I divide 365 by 7, what I will get? I'll get 52 weeks and 1 day. All of you agree? Check it
yes,
out.
sir.
7 5s are 35, 15, 7 2s are 14, remainder is 1. So 1 day. If I divide 366 by 7, I'll get 52 weeks and 2 days. All of you have understood?
Yes, sir.
This is important data. Now, when we are solving question on calendar, we are not worried about this. Not worried about this. We have to only get this value, 1 day and 2 day. So you should always remember, if it is a normal year, you have 1 extra day. And if it is a leap year, 366 is a leap year, means it has got how many extra day? 2
Two.
extra day. So sometimes in some book, it will be mentioned as odd days. Odd days. So normal year will have 1 odd day. Leap year will have 2 odd days. So you have to remember this and keep in mind. Is this part clear once again? Any doubt here? Fast.
No, sir.
So you have to remember that if it is a normal year, it will give me 1 extra day, and if it is a leap year, it will give me 2 extra day. All right. Okay. Let me just once again, tell you why week doesn't play any role in this chapter of calendar. What is the logic that week doesn't make any difference in complete calculation? All right. Because you should learn this. What is the day today? Today is Wednesday. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. I add 1 week to Wednesday. What I will get?
Same Wednesday.
I'll get Wednesday. If I add 100 weeks to Wednesday, what I will get?
Same.
Wednesday. If I subtract 1 week from Wednesday, what I will get? Wednesday.
Same.
If I subtract 100 weeks from Wednesday, what I'll get? Wednesday. What does it mean is, whatever day you talk about, you add any number of weeks or you subtract any number of weeks, it doesn't make any difference. Still, you are there with the same day. Today is Monday, and I add 1,000 weeks to Monday. Still, I'll get Monday. Today is a Monday. If I go back by 1,000 week, still I'll get Monday. So that is the reason why in chapter of calendars, what we do is wherever we get a week, we keep on removing it. Reason week always form a cycle. Whatever day you start, you add or subtract week, it doesn't make any difference. Am I clear with this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes. All right. Because now I'm going to do one important calculation. Look, you don't need to know how to do this calculation. Only what you need to know is values. You need to remember the data. So in chapters of calendars, first thing you should know what is a leap year, what is not a leap year. In leap year, you have got 2 extra day. In normal year, you have 1 extra day. All right. Now listen carefully. I'm doing calculation. I'm doing calculation that in from 1 to 100 years, how many odd days I will get, how many odd days I will get. Now, remember, calculation is not important. After calculation, the value which I get, that is important. So in 100 years, how many leap year I'm going to get? Any idea? Let us assume we have started with a calendar. That calendar is going to start from first year and it has to go to 100 year. In this 1 to 100 years, how many leap year I will have? So all multiple of 4 will leap year. Means fourth year will be leap year, 8, 12, 16, 20. All of them will be a leap year. So total, how many leap year we are going to get? 100 divided by 4. So we'll get 25 leap year. All of you agree with this? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Anyone who disagree with this? Let me see. Think and tell me. You should not always agree with me. I'm saying that we have started with a calendar. Calendar. Let us assume the calendar what we are starting using right now. Some place it has got started from first year, am I right? That was a base year for us. So let us assume we go back and I want to know from 1 to 100 years how many leap years we had. So I know 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, all of them are leap years. So I cannot keep on counting that. All of them are multiple of 4. So how many multiple of 4 we have in 100 years? 100 divided by 4. So I'm getting 25 multiple of 4. So we have 25 leap year. All of you agree with this or not? Am I right?
So can you explain again, sir?
I'm saying
If you
that
don't
in
mind.
Dhruv, that in
Yes,
this
sir.
1 to 100 years, let us assume we
Yes,
have
sir.
started with the calendars, and from 1 to 100 years, I want to know how many of those years are leap year. So I know
Yes, sir.
all multiple of 4 will be a leap year. Am I right? So how many
Yes, sir.
multiple of 4 we have in 100 years? 100 divided by 4, which is 25.
Yes.
So
Okay, sir.
what I'm asking is that I'm getting 25 leap year, but am I correct or am I wrong?
Yes, sir. I think you're right.
Very good. Girls, any opinion on this? Any data? Yes. Mathri, what do you think? 25 leap year, is it correct or wrong? Yes, Mathri, you are there? Tell me something, dear. Can you hear me, Mathri? I don't know. So let us see.
Sir, according to AP, it is right on this.
That is
Correct,
the
sir.
reason why, I always want you people to have videos. Look, you people are then Bangalore and you don't turn on your video, and I'm sitting in Jharkhand and I'm, making sure that my video is on. So I don't know. Aditi, what is your answer? Is this correct or wrong? Hey, you have to say something, dear. Either it's right or wrong. You don't need to worry. Anyway, I'm not going to do anything. Yes, Aditi, can you hear me? Okay, do one thing. All of you, please turn on your video. All of you, please turn on your video. I want
Sir,
all of your video. Wait a moment, Amit. All of you, please turn on your video. Just turn on your video. Let me see how many of you are present. Yes, Dimple. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now it's looking good. All of you, please, see that you people are, on, you are turning on your video. Okay. Tell me,
sir,
Dimple. Yes. Wait. Let Dimple answer this question. Yes, Dimple. Uh, listen carefully. Question is very
Yes, sir.
simple. As I said, you don't need to worry whether it's right or wrong. It doesn't matter. All right. So whatever you feel, just answer it.
Yes, sir.
From 1 to 100 years, I want to how many of them are leap year. So we have to do counting. All the multiple of 4 should leap year. Am I right? So in 100 years, we have 25
Yes, sir.
multiple of 4. So only the simple question which I'm asking you is, so are we going to get 25 leap year or we are going to get different answer? That in 1 to 100 years. Remember, we are dealing only with 100 years from 1 to 100, from first year to 100 years. Are we going to get 25 leap years or not?
Yes, sir. 100 divided by 4.
Very good. It's look. This is why I said you people are
sir,
okay.
sir,
Is
sir,
100 a
Sir,
leap year? Is
sir.
100 a
yeah,
leap year?
100 is not a leap year, sir.
So
100 is not okay. Yeah.
that is what you people have to learn.
Yeah.
100 is not a leap year, so I cannot have 25 leap year. I will go counting only till 96. So how many leap year we are going to have from 1 to 100? 24
24.
leap year. Now
Yes,
understood?
sir.
Now
Yes,
out
sir.
of 100, if 24 of them are leap year, rest of them have to be normal year, non-leap
Yes,
year.
sir.
So this leap year is going to give us 2 extra day. So 24 into 2 is 48 extra days. Leap year give us 2 extra days. Normal year it give us 1 extra day. So 76 extra days here. Let us add this. 8 plus 6 is 14. 4 carry on 1. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 124. 100 and
Nothing will happen. Oh,
switch off your, just turn off your speaker. All right. Video should be on. Speaker should be off. All right. So is this part clear? So in 100 years, we are going to get 124 odd days. Is this clear? Remember, as I said, from examination point of view, you don't need to remember any one of this data. Only finally we will do this calculation and we'll get one value, and that is the value which you need to remember. That's all. But I'm just trying to make you understand so that you know from where I'm getting these values. All right. So we know that in 100 years, 24 of them are leap year. Each leap year give us 2 extra days, so 48 extra days. Rest of them will be a normal year. So out of 100, 24 is removed. So we are left with 76 years. 76 into 1 is another 76 days. We add this, we get 124 days. Next rule, we should not get anything more than 7 odd days. Whenever we get more than 7 days, what we do is we convert them in a week. For example, if I have 8 days, I know 8 days, 7 days can form a week, so we will left with 1 day. You have understood now what I'm saying?
Divide by 7.
Yes, divided by 7. So for example, let us assume I'm having 16 odd days. So in 16 odd days, if I can remove 14 days, this will make a week. So 2 weeks. So weeks is removed. So I'm left with 2 odd days. So similarly, if I divide 124 by 7, so 7 ones are 7, 54, 7 sevens are 9, 7 sevens are 49, remainder is 5. So basically we are getting 17 weeks and 5 days. This 124 can be split like this: 17 weeks and 5 days. Weeks doesn't have any importance, I remove it. So we are left with how many odd days now? 5
5
odd
days.
days. So you have to remember this, that 100 year will always give you 5 odd days. Is this part clear with all of you now? Any doubt?
Sir,
Yeah.
yeah, how did you get 24 there?
124, dear. This is
No,
124.
You multiply 24
Yes,
into 2.
24 into 2, na? 24 are of them leap year. Na? All multiple of 4 are leap year. So we have 25 leap year. In this 25 leap year, I know 100 is not a leap year.
Okay.
100 is a
Okay.
century. Since 100
Okay.
is a century, it should be divisible by 400. So 100 is not leap year. So we are removing 100. So we are left with 24 leap year. So 24 into 2 is 48. Understood now?
Yeah.
Okay. So For time being, all of you should remember that in 100 year, we are going to get 5 extra day. Now here goes our calculation. From 1 to 100 year, we are going to 5 extra days. From
Sir, you
101,
divided 124 by 7, sir.
wait, because a week will be removed. 7 days form a week. So in 124 days, we'll see how many weeks we can form, and we'll remove all those weeks. So whatever is left, that become odd day. Have you understood now?
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
So in 100 years, we have 5 odd days. So only this is the point which you need to remember. Nothing else. All right. So from 101 to 200, we are going to get another 5 extra day. 201 to 300, we are going to get another 5 odd days. 301 to 400 years. Now we'll get 6 extra days. Now you have understood why 6?
Yes, sir.
400.
Yes, sir.
When you see 400, now 400 becomes a leap year now. So in this calculation, instead of 24 leap year, we will have 25 leap year. So if you do complete calculation, you will end up getting 6 days, not 5 days.
So then it continues with the 6 days.
Then after that, same calculation works.
Okay.
So now we'll do this addition and see. 5, 10, 15. 15 plus 6 is 21 days. 21 days means 3 weeks. And 3 weeks means 0 odd days. So what does it mean is, all multiple of 400 will always give me 0 odd days. From 1 to 400, if I see, all multiple of 400 will always give me how many odd days? 0 odd days. So I can say 1st January 2001 was Monday. 1st January 2001 was Monday. I'll teach you. Just give you a moment first. Have you understood this part, all of you? That all multiple of 400 will always give me how many odd days? 0 odd days. 100 year will give me how many odd days? 5 odd days. So you have to remember this to solve question. Now, I'll just show you one example. Okay. And please see that you people practice this. All right. I'll just show you one example. For example, we want to find out what was the day on 3rd April 1806. I want to find out what was the day on 3rd April 1806. You won't get a question right now. There's all possibility that you won't get a question from here in a clarity exam, but you will get in other exams. You'll get in CRISE, you'll get in Symbiosis, you will get in NLU Delhi. All those exams, usually you get a question from here. So question is, what was the day on 3rd April 1806? So what we are going to do here is, listen carefully, very simple data. We will split this whole of this information in the data which we are aware of. All right. So first data, we know that all multiple of 400 will give me 0 odd days. 100 years will give me 5 odd days. Leap year will give me 2 odd days. Normal year will give me 1 odd day. This is the information which I know. So I'll divide whole of this in this information, and counting has to start from starting of the calendar till this point. All right. And then what we do is, if suppose we get 1 odd day, then our answer is Monday. 2 odd day means Tuesday. 3 odd day means Wednesday. 4 odd days means Thursday. 5 odd days means Friday. 6 odd days means Saturday. So, okay. No odd days means 0 odd days means Sunday. You understood now? Because if 7 days are there, so I'll have 0 odd days. So 0 odd days means Sunday. Once again, cycle get repeated. So actually what has happened, when we started with this calendar, when we started with this calendar, this is how the whole calculation went on. That we assumed that Sunday is the base for us, and then from that we started calculating. So first day became Monday, second day became Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That is how it proceeded. So that is how we follow. So just see what I'm going to do. First important thing is, find out the maximum or highest multiple of 400 which you can get in this data. So highest multiple of 400 is 1600. Then multiple of 100, another 200 years. So 1600 plus 200 years, 1800 year got over. Then 5 years. So it become 1805. In 1806, January has got over, February has got over, March has got over, and 3 days of April has got over. Just see whether you have understood what I have written or not. What I have done is, basically, I have just distributed this complete year in the data which I know. So the data which I know is that first I will always take highest multiple of 400. Reason behind this is I know that all multiple of 400 will give me 0 odd days. Then I take 100 years. So out of 1800, I know that 400 into 4 will give me 1600. Then I add another 200, so I have got 1800 years. In 1806, only January, February, March, and 3 days of April has got over, but 5 complete year has got over. So that is why I have written 5 years here. January has got over, February has got over, March has got over, and 3 days of April has got over. So whole of this data, I have done this splitting in this way. Any doubt till here? I'll take one more example, but right now, any doubt? No
No,
doubt?
sir.
Good.
Sir, if it was 3rd April 1600, then it would become a Sunday, sir.
I will tell you. No, it won't become Sunday. We'll see. 3rd April
How?
1600. Wait, 3rd April 1600, when you are talking about, so here your 1599 year has got over completely, because you are talking about 3rd April 1600. In 1600, only you are talking about January month has got over, February month has got over, March has got over, and you are talking about 3 days of April. I've understood now. So calculation will differ. Yes, anyone else who has got any doubt?
I got disconnected in between. Can you explain the starting part again?
Okay, what we do is, if the question was, I want to know what was the day on 3rd April 1806. So for this, the calculation, what we do is, first we do splitting of this into the information what we have. So we know that all multiple of 400 will give me 0 odd days. So always we try taking highest multiple of 400 here. So highest multiple of 400 here is 1600 years. So I've taken 1600 first. Then in 1800, another 200 years are left. So I write 200 years. Now in 1806, if you see, 5 years got over completely. 1806, only January has got over, February has got over, March has got over, and 3 days of April has got over. So I cannot write complete 6 years here. So only 5 years has got over completely. So I've written 5 years: January, February, March, and 3 days of April. So that is how we split this. Now, I know the 1600 will give me 0 odd days. All multiple of 400, we know 0 odd days. 100 years will give me 5 extra days. 200 will give me 10 extra days. No doubt. Now this 5 years, you have to be always be careful with this 5 years. So what you do is just divide it by 4, or see how many multiple of 4 you can get. So in 5 years, I know that only one leap year will get 5 divided by 4, so only one multiple. So one leap year I will have, rest of them will be a normal year. So one leap year and 4 normal year. Is this part clear? This is very important. This has to be clear, that in this 5 year, I am getting one leap year, and this one leap year will give me 2 extra day, and 4 of them will be a normal year, and this will give me only 1 extra day. This 200 years, 100 years give me 5 extra days, so 200 will give me 10 extra day. This 1600 multiple of 400, so it will give me 0 extra days. Is this clear now? Any doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir.
January has got how many days? Tell me fast now. 31.
31.
February?
28.
28. March?
31.
31.
And 3 days of April. So we write down 3 days of April. Now listen here carefully what I am saying. One option what you have is you add all this thing. 10, 2. Okay, we are talking about 4. No? I will have 4. Look, each year will give me 1 extra day. So 4 normal year will give me 4 extra day. We should not make mistakes. So we have to add 10. We can add this like this: 10, 2, 4, and this months we can add, and then divide it by 7. All right, because we will keep on removing weeks. But what I do is immediately remove the weeks. So listen here carefully and see what I'm going to do. This 3 days I cannot make a week, so I leave it 3 days as it is. This 31 days, 7 into 4 is 28. So 28 days can form a week. So remainder is 3, so I keep it 3 here. You have understood now how I got 3 from
Yes,
this
sir.
31? 28 days week. 7 into 4 is 28. 28 days can form a week. So week is removed. 4 weeks removed. We are left with 3 days. So I write 3 days. 7 into 4 is 28. 28 days. All of them can form a week. No extra days, 0 extra days. Not void, removed. 31. 7 into 4 is 28. Remainder is 3. I add another 3 days here. 4. I cannot make a week. I add as it is. 2. I cannot form a week. I add as it is. 10 days. Out of 10 days, 7 days can form a week. We are
3.
left with 3 more days. 3 days. All right. Now you add all this. 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. 15 plus 3 is 18 days. Now, once again, 18 days, 7 into 2 is 14. 14 days can form a week. All right. Out of this 18 days, 14 days can form a week. So we are left with 4 days. Now, 4 days. I know that one odd day means Monday, two odd days means Tuesday, three means Wednesday, four means which day we are talking about? Thursday. So we know that 3rd April 1806 was Thursday.
Sir,
Any
but it will take a lot of time now, sir.
No, dear. That is the that is the beauty. Once you learn this, it won't take more than 1 minute. 1 minute, 10 second, 1 minute, 20 second. All right.
Okay.
In case, let us assume they go later part. All right. I'll just show you one more question. Let me see. Let us see how. Just see how fast I will do this. 26 Jan 1950. 1600, 300, 49 years. In 50 years, 26 days of January. I am careful with this first. I will always do this calculation first. 12 into 4 is 48. So 12 leap year. So 12 into 2. 49 minus 12 is 37 normal days. One leap year. One extra day. Remember 49. 49 divided by 4. 12. 12 into 4 is 48. So 12 of them are leap year. Each leap year give us 2 extra days. So 12 into 2 is 24 extra days. Out of 49, if 12 of them are leap year, rest of them become a normal year. So 49 minus 12 is 37. 37 of them will become a normal year. So another 37 extra day. 26 days of January. So 7 into 3 is 21 days. Another 5 days come here. 300 years. 100 years will give us 5 extra days. 300 will give us 15 extra days. 1600, 0 odd days. Now 15 days. 15 days means 7 into 2 is 14. Remainder is 1. 7 into 3 is 21. Remainder is 3. 7 5 is 35. Remainder is 2. Another 5 days. 5 plus 2, 7. Removed once again. 3 plus 1, 4. 4 means Thursday. How much time it takes? Once again, I'll repeat this. All right. Since I've done fast, I'll repeat it. I want to know what was the day on 26 January 1950. First job. Maximum multiple of 400. So maximum multiple of 400 in 1900 years can be 1600. Return 1600. So out of 1900, 1600 is taken care of. So I add another 300. 1900 years taken care. In 1950, only 49 years has got over completely. So I write down 49 years. In 1950, 26 days of January has got over. So 26 January. After this most of the time people, they make mistake here. So what we have to do is we have to always be careful about this data. So 49, what I do is I find out how many of them are leap year. So very simple data divided by 4. 49 divided by 4, I get 12. 12 of them are leap year. So 12 into 2 is 24. Out of 49, 12 of them are leap year. So rest of them should be a normal year. 49 minus 12, remainder is 37. So 37 of them, they are leap year. All right. Sorry, normal year. Normal year give us 1 extra day. Leap year give us 2 extra day. Done with the calculation. Any doubt? Any doubt?
Sir,
Anyone?
sir,
Yes.
I tried for 1600 1st January, sir. Is it
First
Monday or
January.
Sunday?
Now I'll tell you that in the 1st January 1600. You understand one thing here. Okay, let us see. I'll tell
I
you how
have a
it will
doubt
work.
if it is Monday or Sunday, sir.
We will check it out. For in 1st January 1600, you don't know whether it's Monday or Sunday because you are doing wrong calculation. 1st Jan, you want to know 1st January 1600. Your calculation will be simple. 1200 plus 300 plus 99 years and 1st day of January. This is how your calculation will be.
Sir, but why not 1600? It is also
Because
divisible.
has 1600 got over? 1600 has not got over.
Okay.
Only in 1600, 1st January is there, na? Then February will also come, March will also come. So you cannot count all those, na?
Sir,
Only
if it
if
was
you see,
1700, then it would have been Sunday.
yes, if it was 1st January 1st January 1601. If it was 1st January 1601, now calculation changes. 1st January 1601 means 1600 year has got over. Immediately you go on 1st January and 1st January itself become a one odd day. So this become Monday. Why I said that 1st January 2001 was Monday? Reason behind this, because till
Because
2000
2000 was divisible by 400.
400, so it completely gave me 0 odd days. So I the next month is January, and we have to talk about only one day of a January. So one day itself become an odd day. So that one day become Monday. You
So now
understood what?
if they ask,
Now wait, 31st December 1999. Now you can do this calculation. 31st December 1999. This will become Sunday.
so but if they give generally like any date in November or December, sir, should we take
So
the
you have to,
whole? Yes, sir.
obviously, yes, you have to do that. You have to go with the genuine. You can do reverse. Look, once you have once you have done enough amount of practice, you can do the way you want. For example, let us assume if if they're talking about only they're talking about, let us assume December month, and then they're talking about, for example, let us assume someone wants to ask what was the day on 7th December, which day you want. Let us go with 1402. All right. So when you are talking about 7th December 1402, so till 1401 I have to consider complete year. In 1402 I have to consider 11 month, another 7 days. Yes. So look, it depend upon you. If you want to go individually, you can go. Other logic you can do is you can check it out that in 1402, you are talking about is a normal year. So normal year should have 365 days. In this 365 days, I have to know that only 7 days of December need to be counted, and other 11 months. So since I know that 30 1 days are there in December, and this 31 only 7 days need to be counted. So 31 minus 7 is how much? Tell me fast. 24. So another 24 days removed from here. So I don't need to go month on month basis. So you can do this also. But as I said, this will come only with the practice. You should not
Okay, sir.
think starting. At starting, you should go with the process. Any doubt, anything which you have not understood, you can ask me. I'm done with today's session. So, in case if you have any doubt, anything, you can ask me.
Sir, can you do one more of
Yes,
this calendar
yes, I will.
question?
I will. Tell me question. Tell me, give me data. No, give me some value. We'll do together. Tell me.
Um,
You tell me your okay. Okay. If you want, I can find out which day you were born. We can do that. Or you give me some other value. That's fine. You give me some other value. Tell me.
no, it's okay. 26th April 2004.
26th April 2004. So what we do is first we take highest multiple of 400. So highest multiple of 400 here is 2000. So 2000 year has been counted by us. From starting of the calendar till 2000 we have done this. Now in this 2004, 3 year has got over completely. So we add this 3 years here. Now in 2004, what has happened is January has got over, February has got over, March has got over, and we have to count another 26 days of April. So this is how your complete, days from starting of the calendar till here will be counted. All right. Now this I know first always, as I said, I always take care of this value because this is something which give me trouble. So in this 3 year, I know that we don't have any leap year because it is not multiple of 4. So all this 3 year will be a normal year, and normal year will give me one extra day. So 3 into 1 is 3 extra day here. This will give me 0 extra day because this is multiple of 400. So this gives us 0 extra day. January has got 31 days. February has got once again. Now, here we have to be careful because now here 2004. In 2004, when we are talking about February, now 2004, remember it is a leap year, and leap year because when the month of February. So now February has got 29 days. So you have to be
It's Saturday,
bit
sir.
careful. Wait. We don't know. We will see. So here we have to be careful. Why? Because February, normally February has got 28 days, but since we are dealing with 2004 and 2004 become a leap year, so only the difference between a normal year and leap year is because of the month of February. In normal year, February will have 28 days. In case of leap year, it is going to have 29 days. Yes. So luckily, if you see, she was born in leap year, so this February will have 29 days. All right. Now, March, as usual, it will have 31 days, and 26 days of April, what we are talking about. All right. Now, 31 days, what we do is we form a week. So 31 days, how many weeks can be formed? 7 into 4 is 28 days.
3
28
days.
days can form a week. So we are left with 3 extra days here. 7 into 4 is 28 days.
1 day.
Left with 1 extra day. 7 into 4 is
3
28, 3 days. 7 into 3 is
5 days.
21, 5 days. All right. Now let us add all these numbers. 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 1 is 7. I can remove here immediately if I want. All right. Means this 7 days form a week. So if you see this 7 days, 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 1 is 7. This 7 days form a week, I remove it.
Yes, sir.
Now 3 plus 5 is 8 days. In this 8 days also 7 days can form a week. So I'm
7.
left with 1 day. All right.
So
1 day
Monday.
means it has to be Monday. All right. You can add this. If you want, you can add this. For example, 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 1 is 7, 7 plus 3 is 10, 10 plus 5 is 15. 15 days means 14 days can form 2 weeks. So 14 days are removed. So we are left with one more day. 1 day means Monday. Look, don't forget, one extra day means Monday, 2 means Tuesday. Excuse me. 3 means Wednesday, 4 means Thursday, 5 means Friday, 6 means Saturday, and I cannot have 7 odd days. I will have 0 odd days because 7 days will form a week. So I can. There's a possibility of 0 odd days. 0 odd days means Sunday. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Look, only the thing what you have to do is practice. Only mistake what most of you will do. Once again, I'm repeating mistake what you people will do. That once this class get over, uh, you'll you are going to forget about this class and you are not going to do revision, and in that case you will forget. All right, so please see that whatever we have studied today, all of you, all right, practice, and in case if you have a doubt, you can just WhatsApp me your doubt and I will take care of this. All right, so practice 5 6 questions from here that you can write down the days what you want. All right, cross check, and then if you want, whether you are right or wrong, you can always go to Google and check it out whether that particular day what you are talking about it is right or wrong. Immediately you get your answer. All right, and in case still if you are not able to get right answer, what you do is you just take a clip of that and send it to me. I will tell you where you have made mistake. All right,
Yes, sir.
you can do with the cubes also. Practice few questions for cube. Look, this is how learning happens, because if you practice this next class when I'm going to take, I'm going to have a questions from cubes. 15 20 questions are there from cubes. Then you have questions on ranking. I think someone has got a doubt from ranking. I don't know who. One of you have sent me message regarding ranking and a few reasoning data. Who is that person?
Me, sir.
Okay, Aniket.
Yes, sir.
Aniket, next class we are going to do more or less handouts of the similar nature. Okay, so I think that time your doubt will be clarified. Just wait for some time, Aniket. All right. So I have just gone through that. So I think ranking questions are there and reasoning questions are there. So I think most probably on Friday, this week I'm taking class on Friday also, because next week I have some work, so I won't be able to take class. So I requested them to give me back to back 2 classes with you people so that I can finish with the basics as well as handout. So on Friday, I think I'll be able to clarify your doubts. Okay, Aniket?
Yes, sir.
Good. Any other question? Anyone else who has got any other questions? Please see that you people do, revision and don't get tensed. In case if you don't understand, you WhatsApp me, and even if that doesn't work, the time, next month when I'm back to Bangalore, I'll just meet you, sit with you. Hardly it takes 15-20 minutes. I will explain you. Not to worry. Just practice. All right.
Okay, sir.
We can wind up with this session. No doubts? Good. So I'm going
No
to close
doubts.
this session. Thank you very much, and see that you people do revision so that when we meet on Friday, it become easier for you. All right. So just practice. Remember one thing, as I said, in CLAT exam, questions on cubes are not asked right now. Questions on this calendars they used to ask. We don't know they will ask or not, but there's a possibility of asking. This year also CLAT exam, what they did was they said that they won't ask question anything, anywhere apart from data interpretation. What they did was they gave question from geometry. Out of 15 marks from data interpretation, 5 questions they gave it from DI, remaining 10 questions, it has come from geometry. So you don't know what they will ask you. What they say is that, they can ask you anything which is related with common sense. So that is why we take all this thing as a backup session. All right. Thank you very much. We'll meet on Friday. All right. Study properly and see that you people do revision. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Take care, dear. Bye.